Anyway, yes. I, Clio IT, also known as Tech Illiterate Idiot, managed to install an SSD. Please clap. Please congratulate Clio IT, Tech Illiterate, for being able to somehow put an SSD in my PC. It took a lot of effort, let me tell you that. It took me half an hour. I did document it on social media for the people who want to see it. I'll go grab that. There we go. So it starts off with, pray for my PC for a tech illiterate idiot. Me is about to install a new SSD. And I stand by that. I am a tech illiterate idiot. It takes me half an hour to get the glass panel off my wall because it is screwed in, it turns out, at the top, and I didn't realize. So I was watching videos of people, like I watched so many YouTube videos of people disassembling the I think it's called the fractal torrent case. I was watching videos, and for some reason they were just clipping it out, and it was that was it. It was just a clip. And I was going, well, why isn't that doing it? And I was going, trying to yank it off the fucking thing. It turns out I had to take the top off first because it was actually screwed in. And if I kept pulling it, no doubt, I was probably going to ruin the whole thing. So I had to unscrew the top. No problems there. Unscrew the glass one. No problems there. Put them to one side. Take the glass panel off, and then bish bash bosh, here you go, picture number 2. That's my what my PC looked like. It's pretty dusty, as you can see. And yes, Noctua! Cool on that thing. I have cleaned it for what it's worth. That's what it looked like before, but now it's clean. And I cleaned the dust filters on the front and the bottom as well. So if you can see there, it was pretty dusty. And after I cleaned the first one, I remembered why you're not supposed to clean dust filters inside. And you can probably realize how I figured that out is that I grabbed my hairdryer and I went in my bathroom. So that took a while to clean up of me accidentally blasting my entire bathroom. So some of my makeup might be cooked because I think bits of dust may have landed in the makeup. I think I need to probably get a new concealer, unfortunately. And then I was cleaning it by doing it over I eventually managed to do it a bit more finesse-like by doing it over the bath sink. Not the bath sink, the bath. And then just flushing away the dust. And I don't know if that's like the correct way to do it, but I flushed away all the dust. But then, yes, I realized, well, for the next one, I'll do it, the wet wipes that people flush that aren't flushable and they turn into like clumps of shit, essentially, in the sewerage. It's like baby wipes and whatnot. You're not meant to flush them, you're meant to put them in the bin. Even though they say they're flushable, because they do not actually degrade. Yeah, so I did the second one outside. I learnt my lesson and I did it outside at like 11 p.m. And I think my neighbors were like, what the fuck is this sound? Why is someone using a hairdryer in their garden? Finally did this. I got the glass side on. And then, disaster strikes. What do I do if the screw holding the GPU in place falls inside the GPU? So, you know how on the side here, there's these screws? The one holding the GPU in place, I was using a magnetic screwdriver, and as I was pulling it out, it somehow, I guess, lost magnetism and fell inside this little gap here. That is literally, you know, this corner on the other side this is the corner of my GPU here. That's it there. There's just this gap right next to where the fucking screws are meant to go in the case. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. It fell in there, and there it is. If you can't see it in this picture, this is the actual screw that fell in the... Shake it. Well, the thing is, it lodged itself in. If you can't see properly, so this is one sheet of plastic. There's then this sheet of plastic here, and then there's another sheet of plastic here. It's a perfect little hole for the screw to fall down, and it did, and it was lodged in there because it fell tail first. Like, this is the head. If it was the other way around, it would be easier to probably like tweezer it out, but because it fell tail first, not head first, I could not get that sucker out. It was just lodged in there. So I was like, fuck, I can't get this thing out. I'll just keep going, I'll move on, and I'll try it later. So we move on to, I get to my SSD, and you might notice, I think I broke the cover of the SSD. Because I did. So for whatever reason, the screw thing, you know how it's got the screw there, and you screw it in? For whatever reason, when I tried to unscrew it, the entire thing came out, instead of just the top bits. So the top one's fine, the bottom one not so much. Yeah, so it came out, and you might notice that the tape is there. That was for the bottom one. This was the one that was used to cover the actual SSD that was already there. Also, my viewers were saying, Clio, you've bought an SSD and you don't have room for it. But it turns out I did have room for it the entire time. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I do. But my viewers were trying to gaslight me into thinking that I need to do like SSD surgery and replace one with the other, but it turns out I had room for all three. Anyway, because you told us you had a different motherboard. Did I? Look what happened to this fucking screw. I think it's well and truly fucked. I don't know if this is from heat, or just like it was super screwed in a way that it maybe shouldn't have been, but like it like tore to shreds. Anyway, so I took off the tape. I plugged in the other SSD. I actually moved this one, because this is the current one. I moved this to this slot, so if it does, like, fail or whatever, if, like, this screw is somehow gonna make this one fail, I put the expensive new one here, and I put the old one here. And I've moved basically everything off this SSD to the new one, because all it was games. This was a terabyte, I think? Yeah, this was a terabyte. And I replaced it, well, I added 4 extra terabytes. Because games are fucking huge. You know the Neo game that I did the sponsorship for? 150 gigs. I needed to make room for other things that I have for sponsors. It's 113 gigs. So, yeah, like, if I show my Steam library right now, I have 5 games installed that are all over 100 gigabytes. Like, people were asking in the comments, Clear, why the fuck do you need a 4 terabyte SSD? Because games are huge now! You don't need all of them at the same time. Maybe not, but I have stuff installed for personal use as well. Like, I have the Bazaar installed, and I have Guild Wars installed, and I have, I don't know. Most games probably shouldn't be this big, but they are, unfortunately. Like, Dota does not feel like it should be 67 gigs. I am rounding up, so I could say that number. I apologize. Warhammer? 85 gigs? Total War Pharaoh? 75 gigs? And then you go back to a Total War game that was like a few years before that, and it's 12 gigs. It's like, what the hell? Anyway, yeah, so moving everything was a little bit of a... I moved everything to the new drive. Anyway, so I managed to get it back in and screw it all back in, and it seemed secure, it seemed snug. It seems in place, right? Like, it's flush, I think. It is mostly flush, I think. And these were screwed in, well, this bottom one not so much, but this top one definitely, and this one definitely. So it should hopefully be okay after putting it all in, and then me just hoping like, oh, hopefully it's fine. It was time to return to this bastard. So that was it from like me holding it above, and you can see the screw more. You can kind of see how wedged in it is, right? You can kind of see just how like stuck inside. Poker with a screwdriver, tried that. Tweezers, tried that. Chopsticks, tried that. Doing all these things. Even unplugged the GPU so I could have a better angle at it. And so what eventually happened is, so spoilers. Never give up, just like John Cena taught us. There it is. There's the bastard. So what ended up happening was I laid on my bed. I put my phone down next to me with the torch shining up. and then I held the GPU above my head, and I grabbed my pair of tweezers, and instead of using the tweezers like actual tweezers, I just grabbed one arm inside the GPU, the other one sticking out, and I basically just tried to scoop under. Instead of like tweezing and grabbing, I used it as like a scoop, and I just tried to dislodge it as much as I can, and I was going pretty fucking hard on this goddamn thing. I was doing so much like I was genuinely scared. I've probably totaled my 4090. I'm like, this is a $3,000 GPU or something when I bought it. It's probably more than that now. I'm like, I fucked it, just trying to get this screw out. Anyway, yeah, I was cursing a lot. I was cursing a lot. It's now 5,000. Wonderful. Yes, I was putting all sorts of shit down this gap. I was sticking so much stuff, like magnetic screwdrivers, trying to grab it and pull it out. I was not being gentle at all, because I was just frustrated. Anyway, yeah, lying down on the bed and just like using the tweezers as a scoop instead of as a tweezer somehow did the job, and it popped out. Can you believe it, guys? My head's in the way. I've done it! So now I have a 3.63 terabyte SSD for games, which now, after transferring everything from my C and D drives to the new drive, it now has already filled up 2 terabytes. I have filled up 2 terabytes of the thing from just the games that I had installed, which is quite sad. But also, it doesn't help that like every time we play a new Halo game, Halo Master Chief Collection gets bigger and bigger. Game devs rubbing hands ready to drop a 500 gig game. Oh, what was it, like a Call of Duty, some absurd size? Destiny 2 is like over 200. Call of Duty was over 200, yeah. Wasn't there like a Gears of War game that was some fucked size or something as well? How long till a terabyte game? Starfield. all those JPEGs of ships are gonna add up. I basically was being abusive to my 4090, and so when I was putting it back together, Mako was being very helpful and saying like all these different things that I should check to make sure it works. So I installed, what was it? I deleted System 32. That was her advice. Crystal Disk Mark. Crystal Disk Mark was like my read speed of the drives, I think. And then also Tech Power Up GPU, because Mako was concerned that I didn't plug it in right. Which is fair, because someone did leave a comment on one of the posts saying, Clio, when you plug the GPU back in, make sure you slam that son of a bitch, because otherwise that thing is gonna explode. And I was like, oh dear, I've already put the case back together by the time I read that comment. But as far as I'm aware, it's using the correct bus interface. That's the stat. It is using, make sure every pin is connected. I'm pretty sure. How would I check that from outside the case? Would I have to pull it back apart and like double check? Because I don't really want to do that, I'm gonna be honest. Use my X-ray vision. I'm not Superman. I'm the penguin. Oh, I'm sorry. That's really funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm sorry. That's really funny.